Let's celebrate this Guru Purnima as an environment day. We need to protect the environment. This is our first and foremost duty. As citizens of this world, we have to take care of the planet Earth. The earth, water, fire and air, these elements have to be protected, nurtured for generations to come. Let's take care of this earth. Let's not put poisonous things into the soil. So let's go back to organic farming. Let's plant as many trees as we can. Yeah, we are cutting so many trees, but we are not planting enough trees. On this Guru Purnima, let's all take a sankalpa, take a determination to plant more trees, to keep the water sources clean and pure. Let's not pollute water sources and waste water. Water very important. Then let's not pollute air. And if we take care of the environment, it will take care of us. It will bring us health. It will bring us prosperity and happiness. So let's learn from the mistakes others have made. Let's not repeat the mistakes that we have committed in the past. Take care of our planet and celebrate this Guru Purnima as World Environment Day. See, the trees are the lungs of the planet Earth, and we have to plant more trees. In the ancient Vedic philosophy, it is said when you want to cut a tree, you have to take permission from the tree and promise the tree that you are going to plant 5 of the same kind. So this has been the practice from ancient days, See, if you go to any forest where so many animals live, there is still harmony. They don't make the forest dirty. But how human beings, they create so much chaos, so much dirty. They spoil the environment. This need to be corrected right away. In ancient India, the environment is worshipped as manifestation of one God. So one God manifests in 5 elements. This has been the ancient belief, thought. So all the ancient civilizations around the world, the aboriginals, always honored the mountains, honored the earth, honored the rivers, trees. They have all been very sacred to them. So we need to bring back that idea, this planet Earth is very sacred. We need to honor it. Don't you think so? Today is World Environmental Day. And we need to keep the environment happy. For us to be happy. Happiness is an inborn quality in us. But somehow, during the course of our growing up and education, we seem to be losing it somewhere. June 5th is being celebrated as World Environmental Day throughout the world. This pandemic that the world has experienced has shown us that if we leave the nature to herself, she'll rejuvenate. The environment has become much better because there is no air pollution, there is no water pollution, there is no noise pollution. We need to care for our environment. Let's all work towards preserving our environment. Let's allow the nature to rejuvenate herself. Let's not spoil the water resources by putting pollutant and chemicals into the water. Let's not spoil the land by putting pesticides and very harmful fertilizers. Let us preserve our land, our water, our air, and let's move towards pure energy. Let's take this determination on this environmental day. Let's all work towards preserving our environment. Let us all take a vow to plant more trees. This year we are fortunate that India is hosting World Environmental Day. And the theme for this year is avoiding plastic. is creating awareness about the danger of plastic pollution. See, in this country, we have honored nature from time immemorial. Nature is part of divinity. So we worship earth, Mother Earth, the water, fire, air, ether. And we are polluting all these 5 elements now. We should stop this right away. And how can we proceed? How can we go about it? First thing is, let's create awareness about the dangers of plastic. Use of plastic should be judicious. If each and every one of us take a vow to reduce plastic consumption by half, we'll be doing a great job. It's the first step to take. Reuse or refuse plastic should be our mantra. What? Our mantra for World Environment Day is reuse or refuse plastic. Number 1. Second, we need to educate our farmers. In villages, there was no plastic before, but today, in villages, they put plastic to cover, to protect from weeds. So less labor incentive. So cover the plastic. Once the crop is taken out, they mulch the plastic bag and they burn it. And this has suffocated us. See, today in the air, the microparticle of plastic is 500 trillion. It's 500 times more than the stars in our galaxy. The microparticle, you understand what is microparticle? It's invisible. These microparticles of plastic in the air is so much, is trillions. And we breathe that air. Just imagine what would happen to us. How come illness is escaped? And this explains why so many people are falling sick. So we need to educate our farmers to use organic mulching. The straws that are left over after the crop is taken away, they need to be mulched back into the soil. That becomes a very good manure. They don't need to burn and pollute the air. We have already educated 2.2 million farmers in this country. This model can be taken throughout the world, not to burn the fields, but to mulch it. Organic mulching. Number 1. Second, throwing plastic here and there, they many times choke our gutters, choke our water system, our sewage system. So we must stop using plastic bags when we go for shopping. Use jute bag, a cloth bag. This is what our grandmothers were doing. There was no plastic in those days, right? So let us use jute bags and cloth bag when we go for shopping. And then festivals come and we use all the plastic and the styrofoam plates. This is a huge garbage that we create. This adds to the large amount of garbage that we have to do with, we have to put up with. The huge amount of garbage that we have to put up with. So we need to counter that, what we can do, we can use the arcanate plates, leaf cups, donas. That's what we were using in the ancient times. From long time. The donas made up of leaves, biodegradable thing. And then kullards, the mud, earthen pots. We should get back to this. In all the weddings, parties, marriages, we should move away from the plastic. What do you say? Right? That we should do. And then now in 2 months, Rakhi is coming. Raksha Bandhan. In 2 months, Raksha Bandhan is coming. Then we tie Rakhis and we use so much plastic. Instead of plastic Rakhis, we should use only the thread one, the cotton Rakhis, which is the real traditional one. Here we need to be a little bit sensitive because hundreds and thousands of women are getting employment. So we should be a little bit sensitive about it. Some alternative should be given. The government and corporate sector should do something to give, something to substitute this crisis that would arise from unemployment. So instead of plastic Rakhis, we will use cotton Rakhis. These are small things that we can start, And malas, we use plastic malas. You go to temple, all plastics are used there. We used to take in a brass plate, little kumkum, chandan, everything, in the plate to the temple. Today we take all plastic kumkum and plastic everything. We should see what we can do, how we can avoid this. Avoid plastic malas. Yeah. And balloons. This is another thing. We use balloon. We should allow. Balloon is also causing pollution in the atmosphere. We should avoid balloons. In birthdays and parties, no need to use balloons. Right? So if we all take a pledge that we reuse or refuse plastic and cut our plastic consumption to half, the world would be a better place. Certainly, environmental crisis should be given the topmost priority because it's an ongoing problem. But at the same time, I would say that even war is part of the environmental concern. Dropping tons of ammunitions and bombs in a small area permanently damages that area for a long, long time. So trees are damaged, the earth is damaged, and the water is polluted. So I don't see that war and terrorism as separate from environmental issue. They are part of environmental issue, in fact. Too many radiation in the cities would cause health hazards and make the birds disappear from, and less birds are seen in metropolitan areas, and trees are not growing. So the concern for environmental has not been there, rather the greed of consumerism had overtaken. But now with the collapse of capitalism, people are becoming more aware. See, and we have to put an end to consumerism. Somewhere we have to conserve nature. So we need to have that sensitivity towards the whole planet. And sensitivity and sensibility for the planet comes with humanism, with spirituality. Because spirituality and humanism makes someone sensitive and more sensible. And that is essential to care for the planet. Yes, we are very much for chemical-free farming, natural farming. In India, from thousands of years, they have been using these natural farming processes. But of recent years, in the past 2-3 decades, people have moved away from that, and they were allured by all the glamour of the chemical farming and all the GM products, genetically modified seeds. So they all en masse went. Now we are trying to bring them back to their whole system of sustainable development, in which we chemical-free farming, natural farming, without pesticides and chemicals. It is taking good shape, but I would like that to grow much faster than what it's going through now. And this planting tree or natural farming will have to be inculcated right from the school days. Unfortunately, many education systems care less for environment or tree planting. Children are not taught how to garden or how to plant trees. This is something that I have taken up in the Art of Living, that we educate children to grow their little gardens in their home or in the school even. So that sensitivity to the plants come right from young age. And they do take pride in it, no? And they grow tomatoes, some vegetables, and they're so proud of what they've grown. To all those who think that their contribution is not going to make a big difference in the world, I would say they are wrong. Because every drop counts. Drop by drop makes it an ocean. So we should not underestimate our capability. Yes, alone we may find it very difficult to do. That's why we have NGOs and organizations like Art of Living Foundation, where it gives a support system for all those who want to care for the planet, want to care for the environment and come together and do some work. If you are a team, if you are a group of people wanting to achieve a project, it's much easier and much faster. But nevertheless, never give up the idea that you too can make a difference. Things are done not by one person, but by many people getting inspired and taking initiative to do this. See, yesterday we thought we will have 500 volunteers from Home Guards who will be marshals of removing plastic pollution. And today already 1,000 of them have signed up, are readying to be marshals of implementing this message in New Delhi. So I think it's inspired mind. That's why I say that pollution is not man-made, not just man-made, it's made by the mind. Because when you think these things, when you become aware the dangers of some things that we use, like plastic, you immediately start cutting down those things, right? Implementing that. So today I would like all of you to take a vow to cut down the use of plastic by less than half and use alternative things, which is made up of leaves or cloths. See, today all the banners, usually you see all the banners, posters are done by this one, plastic, right? Today I said no, all to be done in the cloth. It looks the same, but no pollution. This is what we need to do. நம்ம சூழ்நிலையை பாதுகாப்பு பண்ணுறது நம்ம கடமை. அதனால் நம்ம எல்லாரும் மரம் நடணும். மரம் நட்டு மரத்தினால காற்றை சுத்தப்படுத்த முடியும். மழை காலத்துக்கு பெய்யும். இல்லாத ஒரு தடவை பாருங்கள், பெரிய ஃப்ளட்ஸ் வருது, புயல் வருது, ஃப்ளட்ஸ் வருது, இல்லை தண்ணியே இல்லாத தவிக்கிறோம். அதனால் நல்ல தண்ணி வேணும், நம்மளுக்கு நல்ல காற்று வேணும்னா மரம் நெட்டே ஆகணும். நம் முன்னோர்கள் அதே சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க, கடமை நம்ம ஒரு மனுஷனுக்கு கடமை மரங்களை நடணும். நம்ம நாட்டின் மக்கள் எல்லோரும் மரம் நடுற ஒரு பணியை கையேந்தி வந்தாருன்னா உலகத்துக்கே நல்லதாகும். நிச்சயமாக பண்ணுங்க. கடைசி பட்சம் ஒரு 5 மரமான ஒருத்தரும் நெட்டுன்னு வந்தோம்னா நம்ம உலகத்துக்கே ஒரு நல்ல பரிசு நாம் கொடுத்த மாதிரி ஆகும். அதனால் எல்லோரும் நிச்சயமாக பண்ணுங்கள். கடவுள் எல்லாம் நல்லது.